Alright, everybody. I'm holding this and this for the first time, so it's kind. Hopefully, I'll get used to it now. Alright, so this is my topic. Follow your gut, and everything else follows. So, I'll just get started with my introduction. So I'll tell you who I am. I am basically, my name is Priyanka Nayak, and I'm from India. As you can see, Indian flag here. And I'm a web developer working at these tasks. And also I'm a public speaker. And since I love speaking so much, I also have a YouTube channel called CodeCouch. Also, I make videos for my company, these tasks. Yeah, you can find it here. And also I'm trying to build an inclusive community for a color of people and for the community like this, which is also named as CodeCouch. And this is just my company details. They do cool stuff. They are digital studio again, product development, design strategy, and blah blah. You can just visit if you're interested. As a company formalities, I have to do that. Okay, so at my previous conferences, I have got a feedback that I speak really fast. So I try to calm down myself and speak slow so that my story reaches to everyone. So I think it could be a little hard for you guys to relate, but I try my best to convince what my story is. So me, I come from a small part of India, which is south of India, a small village called, or city called Bijapur. Now it's called as Vijayapura. And I belong to a farmer family where my parents basically are farmers, and I belong to a very middle class family where I grew up. And also, so you can see this is a community. So I belong to a certain kind of community. In India, actually India is very diverse and incredible. So you see a lot of states and people with lot of different cultures. Also in that, they have a lot of sub-communities. And they have these communities. So one of the community I belong to is called Banjara community. And this is their weddings, and this is kind of the thing they wear. But actually, this community has its own different language. Also, the people have very different mindset there. So I grew in this community where every girl child gets married before they turn 18 or before they turn even 16. I was one of the child who belonged here, and when I grew up, I always have seen other people dreaming, other kids playing, and when I watch TVs, I see like kids speaking fancy English and kids doing all sort of things. And me, at the age of 16, I have to get married. And when I don't know the meaning of marriage, I'm still like a baby eating chocolate. When my parents told me that you have to get married, and they got me a present, and I took it like maybe it's a toy. They got me a ring, and I thought maybe it's a toy, and I was just playing with it. So in that age, I was one of the lucky person again. For example, what happened is, the person whom I supposed to get married, luckily he got married to some other girl because he didn't like me. Because he found a better partner for himself. And also he was a good person. He said that he convinced my parents that your daughter is too young. She's like a kid. Maybe you should send her to school. Since my parents are farmers, they don't have food to eat themselves. They wanted to send me to my husband's house as soon as possible, just thinking that maybe I get a better life there. But what happened is, it didn't work. So everyone in the house cries and cries and cries, but I was the only person who does all the party, and with my schoolmates I go and enjoy the day. That was the day of freedom for me. That was the day of I just don't want to cry.
It's okay. It's okay.
So that was the day of freedom, I realized. And since then, I was like a free bird. Dream like no one can stop me. Dream like a bird who had just come out of the cage, and I'm free to ride the world. So I was like that. Then I started to study. I started to study with a passion. I know in my poor family there was no light. I know I studied in a lamp. I know I studied in the light of the moon in the night. So I studied like that. But I had a full passion for my study. I didn't want to be in that community. I want to break that border. I want to be something else. I want to fly. I had a lot of dreams. So then I started studying, and then there comes our society. Once you turn 16, again our community says, you are a young girl now. You are not supposed to talk to men. You have to put your face down and walk. You're not supposed to stand in between boys. You're not supposed to talk to the elders. You're not supposed to raise your voice. And me, I was a person who is like people person. I love speaking, as you can see me. And how can I shut my mouth? How can I not put my opinions there? So it was like, I don't know, it was super suffocating for me. But there was another girl. She was super brave. She knew what everything was happening, but she was brilliantly brave. And she was the inner me. She was the inner girl inside me. And she dreamt like flying to Germany. She dreamt like speaking fancy English. And she used to stand in front of mirror and talk Oscar award winning talks. And it was super fancy and flying in the aeroplane. I remember one day my friend asked me, do you know the aeroplane? I told her that I'll buy you one. I hope that day comes, but I'm on my way. So I think the girl inside me is incredible, and she's the one who is driving me. So what happened next? I hope all of you are with me. I'm not boring you all.
Oh no.
Okay. Cool. So the girl inside me kept dreaming. So the sky is not my limit. Of course, the sky wasn't not a limit to the girl within me. And she kept doing all this. She kept struggling. She kept studying. And then I passed. I was the only girl who successfully passed the board exam in my village. And till I turned 18, I haven't seen a city. And I hadn't used a mobile phone. And I hadn't used laptop. At the age of 18, I had to go to city for my further education. And then I see people using this fancy laptop everywhere, just like typing like this, and I was like, what is this? That is super fancy, man. I should be doing that. Because they used to make it in very fancy ways, like wear it with the attitude, go with the laptop. So I was like, fuck, I should be doing that. So I went here to one of these coaching centers, a local coaching center where they had 2-3 laptops and they used to train. So I went there, and since then I started a passion for computer and for the web world. And since then I actually thought of web technologies and blah blah blah. And I did my master's, and I was the first rank student in the university. So don't stop believing in yourself, no matter what comes. I never stopped believing in myself. Even I had ups and downs, I also say this to everyone, never stop believing in yourself. Then luckily, I got really good ranks and got good good marks as well, and got entrance to one of the great and top colleges in India. It's called as RB College of Engineering, and it is like 600 or 700 kilometers away from my house. My parents don't know even reading and writing. I have nobody else to support me, so I took a loan fighting against my family, where my parents says you shouldn't travel so far, you are a girl, you should be at home. But I stood against them and I went ahead because it was one of the lucky thing that I could get entrance in college like this, because it wasn't easy in India. And I take an entrance here and I see everyone in the shorts and everyone in the shoes. It was super fancy for me, and it was like dream coming true for me. I like first day of the college, I literally just went around and just staring at everybody like this. But it was super awesome, and I was feeling super happy that I'm getting closer to my dream. So I graduated from this college, and one thing I realized that be transparent to yourself. Know what you really want to do. If you don't know what you really want to do, and if you're not transparent to yourself, there are high chances that you get lost in the career. Because if you don't really want to know, or if you don't really want to do something, then there are really high chances that you get lost. So make sure you talk to yourself. Then, after graduating from my college, I got a really good internship, but since I didn't want to continue in that field, I quit that and I joined a startup company. It's a very funny conversation here that when I started my first job, I told my boss that you hired me for free for 1 month. If you like my job, then only pay me, otherwise you don't pay me at all. And he so liked my challenge and courage, and then he hired me. And after a year, I was leading a team of 12 people. And also I won an international award for my work. And that was amazing, and that was one of my first achievements I had in my career. Later on, my dream is coming, yeah! So on the social media, I didn't know the social media by the time I start my first job, because I getting to know this internet very lately. I got late access to all this. So by then I got access to Twitter, and fortunately on Twitter I could find these Das, who is my current company. They so liked my work and they offered me a job, and they offered me all the expenses to travel all over the Germany. And I didn't think a second. I was like, yes, that is what I wanted, and that is what I live for, and that's my purpose of life. And I didn't think a second. I sent them a quick message and everything worked so smooth. My parents are like just staring and wondering at me like, where are you going? Actually, what this thing is happening? They don't even know if it is a different country or where the country is, or if it is country or different state. Because they are farmers, like they don't know anything. They just know going to their field and working and just coming back and sleeping. That's their routine. They don't know head and tail of any other countries. Or they think Germany is a vessel, it's not a country still. So yeah, so it was awesome for me to come here, and I love my team, I love my work, and I love everything. I love Berlin as well. But after that, there is also a down point in my life. What was that is, when I come to Germany, I was in between these white people, and everyone is so new to me. I was like, they're having white hair, they're having very white color, and they're so high-tech, and they talk fancy English. I was like, everything was super, super new. I was like, okay, I'm in between Germans. Whenever I call my parents, I'm between these white people, you know. I used to just say that. But what other internal thing was happening with me is I was little scared to put my point of view. I was little afraid to be the person I am actually. I am not a person who has to get afraid or who is feared of anything. I am like the power of myself. I am like the free girl. But when I came here, I was like this person, and for a year or for a kind of 8 months, I did not have a good time. I wasn't happy with myself. But later, I realized that I want to be the authentic of myself. I want to be the who I am. I can't be afraid and live in this world forever. So I changed myself and I became wonderful. And trust me, I am like the happiest person in the earth. Every day I smile like even nobody smiles at me, I keep smiling everywhere. And I keep saying hi to everyone, starting from the small kid to the younger or elder I meet. Even the Germans doesn't reply me, but that's okay. Yeah. As I said, I'm a queen.
Yes.
I am my queen. And I love that. You love yourself and you see the magic. You really see the magic. As I said, I love myself. I love portraying myself. I love representing myself because that's me. Then do what you love and love what you do. So when I started loving myself, I also started figuring out what I really love and what I really like. So I love talking, as I said, so I started my own YouTube channel so that I can do my passion with a so passionful way. So I have few videos online you can go and watch on CodeCouch. I also have a dream to kickstart this year and do a lot of interviews like him. Also talk about people with color and also talk with any organization. Basically, I want to help a girl who was in this small town. I want to show her that this is possible. There are thousands of women and girls out there who are scared. I want to show them a path that this is possible. So that's why I keep looking out for opportunities wherever I go. Give me a stage and I'll rock. I say this everywhere. I say this everywhere. Give me a stage and I'll rock. I don't care about the audience if it is a one of thousands of millions. Audience doesn't matter to me because I believe in myself. I believe in my content. I believe in my confidence. So yeah, be the person you are and you will rock, really. Trust me. Yeah, be proud of who you are. As you have seen me telling myself. So I'm proud of myself. Yeah, so I always, every day, wake up in the morning, and it's not a story, I'm telling you that I wake up with such an energy and love myself that this is going to be my awesome day, and I love you so much, Priyanka. I tell it myself, and the energy and that motivation is something else to the next level. I don't care if my day goes with a nice or day ends up with a bad thing. I always love and keep doing it. That's all. Okay guys, last as a process I have to do. You can follow my Disney's company. Also CodeCouch, you can see me there. Thank you everybody. And thanks Colosseum for giving me this great opportunity, and thank you so much King for this great opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.